Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Talks&Cakes, another new episode with a new guest. I just met with her, Hiba Faraji, and yeah, this is just like our first meeting for Talks&Cakes, and I'm looking forward to hear more about Hiba and to share with you as well, like how did I get to know Hiba. So, hi, Hiba.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Yeah, thanks for accepting the invitation
course.
for joining podcast
Yeah.
Talks&Cakes. It really means a lot, really, like to meet with young, amazing leaders like you.
Thank you for the compliment.
Really.
Yeah, thank you.
And okay, so I would like to start the podcast. And before like we go, I know that we are recording our podcast in the Vlaams Parliament and
Yes,
in a
indeed.
very political space.
Yeah, indeed.
But before I dive into the political talks, which I really like, that's what I told you, like Talks&Cakes for. Who is Hiba as a person? Like, what would you like the people get to know Hiba for?
No, that's a really good question
Yeah.
that I have to think about a bit. But I'm Hiba, so you told my name.
Yes.
I'm from Vooruit. I don't know if you know that part of Antwerp, but I was born and raised there with my my three siblings, two sisters and one brother. Um, I studied political science, so that's a bit cliche. And what do I want people to know me for? Just someone who has the courage to speak up. And I always say that I don't sit in the parliament to speak up for people. I want people to speak up for them. So I want to give them a voice. So
Yeah.
if I succeed that, then I did my part.
I think this is really amazing thought of like really reflecting on what is it being a political person or a political activist or like being part of a political party. I know that you are part of the political party Vooruit.
Yes,
I
indeed.
hope I pronounce it
Yeah,
correctly.
it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, and it's a political party in the Flemish region of
Yeah.
Belgium. But if you'd like to share with us a little bit more, like a background about it, feel free.
Yeah,
So
sure.
go ahead. Yeah.
So Vooruit is the Socialist Party, the Social Democratic Party in the Flemish part of Belgium. It's an old party, but we've changed many times the name because we evolve and we renew ourselves. But we are the Socialist Party, where solidarity is one of the main values we have. Equality is also a value that we share and feel important to tell people that equality is important. So I think that's a little bit the history of our political party.
Yes. You just mentioned to me actually, and it's a question that was also in my mind once I saw your Instagram or like once I saw your profile. Is you just told me that you are the youngest
Yes.
parliament member in your political party.
Yes, indeed.
So what inspired? Okay, you mentioned as well, like it's something that you wanted the people to be the voice for themselves.
Yeah.
But what inspired you to engage politically at a young age?
Yeah,
and to be like, let's say, like a star activist, really. Like,
yeah. That's a good question. It's a bit. I always tell this story because people always ask me, "What do you do in politics? You're still young," and I always feel awkward about it to talk about it because it's not a normal way people get in politics. So from a young age, I was interested in politics. Like I was 12 years old and I watched political TV shows on the TV. So that's not ordinary for young people to do. So I was always interested in politics. But the shift to make a really active role in politics came when I was like 16, 17 years old. It was a school day. I went home. I got on the tram, the public transport. You say tram.
Yeah,
Okay, you see, it's the tram. Yeah, tram.
Yeah, tram.
And in a sudden, we were called names that I can't repeat now because they were really ugly. And that was the moment where I decided I do everything okay. I study here, I work here, I'm just being me, but I'm still getting called names just by how I look. And that's a bit harsh to
absorb or to digest
because
as a person,
I'm just a person
really.
doing my thing, and I'm still calling those names. And that was the moment that I decided for myself, I can speak up for myself. I can speak Dutch, so I can defend myself. But there are people who can defend themselves, and in certain occasions, such as this one, people are scared to stand up for themselves. So that was the moment I decided for myself. I want to get in politics. I want to make a change, and give those who don't have a voice to give them a voice. That's a bit the background story of how I got in politics, and then it's a really boring story. I decided to choose the Socialist Party. They have a jonge afdeling. I don't know how you say it, but jonge afdeling. So
afdeling.
Afdeling. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, the people will understand. People will understand. I got active there, and then I met with the party of my district, Vooruit, and then the Flemish, and then so on, and then it went
and
rolling,
then it continued,
and we're now here sitting at my office.
That's interesting. Actually, you mentioned something. It's very interesting. The migration background. And and how really like this plays a role, especially maybe like in Belgium. And so I really admire your like your courage to stand up for this. Especially, I feel like it was also like into European studies and European politics. Maybe not for migration, but generally to defend for people voices, because or like for policy. I'm really like focus more on policy or diplomacy work, just to let the people who don't have voice to be heard. And this is also what you told me, that your party is focusing on solidarity. So I really see that you chose a political party that would match
my values
with values.
of
really.
course.
And it's really amazing. So considering what you just really started with, that was what lead for my third questions. Like, what does being a Vooruit member or activist mean to you in your everyday life?
It means to stand up for people who are in kwetsbare situaties. So people who don't have the money to stand up for themselves, don't have the education to stand up for themselves, don't have the right name to stand up for themselves. That's a harsh part of reality. I come from Vooruit, I told you so.
Which is a region in Antwerp that
that's
Moroccan population.
And
Turkish.
Most of the time marginalized because of who they are. But I always met people over there, young people with so much talents, but they have talents but lack opportunities just because they don't have the right name or the right ethnical background or the right network. So that's so frustrating, and to see that every day, it's and that's what a Vooruit member is for me. Is to look at those people and fight in a way for them. That it shouldn't matter where you were born, in which crib you were born. Everyone deserves the same opportunities.
And do you have moments during Vooruit that highlight that you achieved combining both?
That's a really good question.
Maybe you have so many moments.
Yeah.
Maybe something that clicked in your mind.
One moment that I remember and will always stick with me, I was just called in as a member of the Flemish Parliament, and they were, we do so every. So we have a political party, and we have every political party has different regions. Like in Antwerp, you have the district of Vooruit, district Deurne, and they always do New Year's receptions. So I was invited at one of those. I was still new. I was still a new member of parliament, so it was still new for me. And a little girl came up to me and said to me, "You are my role model." So I found it fantastic that you are now a member of
That
parliament.
you're inspiring.
Yeah, so I inspired that little girl, and she wanted to take a picture with me. So I was like, okay, so
That's
I'm doing
nice.
just the feeling of someone looking up to you means a lot to me, because I've never really had. I hate the word role model, and I don't, because during my childhood I never saw someone looking like me doing the things I do now.
And you say like, I want to become like this person.
I don't have to become. I don't
like
have to become
someone else.
I don't have to become a role model. That's fine, but just the feeling you get at that moment to someone says to you, "I look up to you." That's
No, that's really amazing. You know, you reminded me of something in Arabic. I don't know if actually you will understand the sentence in
I'll try
Arabic,
my best.
but in Arabic, and it really guides me through my specialization in politics or sociology, and even like me being involved in leadership and this stuff, which I really totally can correlate to what you're saying. In Arabic, we say إنما الإنسان أثر. And it says like the human is like the impact and the influence they leave in the world that we live in. And really, it keeps like clicking all the time, you know, like even if you're like feeling disappointed or feeling down or like drained, you know, you really get burned out in world politics because it's a hard job. Some people think, oh, it's not a job. What are you doing? Or like they really find it not so much. But for me, it really guides so much because it leads to our personal experiences. And what we are looking forward to achieve is like really the impact that we want to leave for the next generation.
Yeah, exactly. You don't. If I die, the only thing I leave behind is in politics,
your
my reputation,
your achievements, exactly, and your
exactly.
work. Or like as you said, like that person who met with you, and she just looked up and said, "Okay, Hiba Faraji is really the person." Especially really maybe today because it's a world full of influences, with social media, and
true.
everything is online. No, that's really
So that's the moment that
very
still sticks by to me when I think about it. It still gives me a shiver.
Yeah, no, that's really that means like we are very proud, you know, like of like very proud of you and what you're doing so far. Okay, so back to the Belgian politics. And okay, we know that Belgian politics are complex, fragmented, the divisions. I also mentioned it before in a previous podcast as well. The division between the regions and the affairs. But okay, how does Vooruit position themselves in this landscape? In your opinion, of course.
So we are, how do you call it, defenders of a united Europe, of a united Belgian country. So the thing that unites us all is, for me, and I think for the party also, because I wouldn't stick with the party I am now if it doesn't align, is the challenges we have. And I think that's the most sad thing, but also the most beautiful thing. If you, from the Antwerp part, or if you are from the Liège part, or if you are from Brussels,
Yeah.
everyone experience the same challenges. The the book prices of school that is
Yeah.
too high for them. The rent of an apartment, of house, that is too high. Everything.
Life cost is getting more
Yeah,
expensive.
so everyone is struggling with the same challenges, and that's
Yeah.
what unites us. What unites us all. You see my English,
But it's really great.
yeah, unites
Really.
us
Yeah,
all.
you're doing amazing.
So I think I found very important dividing people and uh, um,
At the same time, like uniting them.
yeah, uniting them. I
Yes.
don't like politics that polarize. I don't like politics that divide
Yeah.
people. I don't like politics that put tegen elkaar op. I don't know how you say it in English, but
Yeah.
they put groups against each other. That's not mine look at
Yeah,
politics.
like it's
And
not a competition, and which
Yeah.
is the idea of socialism. Socialism is really about caring. It's a society.
Mhm.
It's really, really like the
Yeah, it's
society, and we call it like the social unity
Mhm.
of the people who are living. And at the end of the day, like Belgium is one country,
Yeah.
So I really get to your point. Okay, something else as well is you mentioned solidarity, and I also
Yes.
noticed recently that you are active and vocally really talking about Palestine in the
Yes.
public. So, and I really like as a Palestinian, I appreciate this so much, and it really matters for us. I keep saying it like every solidarity with Palestinians, no matter at what level, it really matters
Mhm.
because this really what keeps how to say like the resilience between the people great. So in your opinion, and also like from how you have been like really sharing about Palestine, how do you think people as well like in Belgium or all over the world can support the Palestinian cause these days, away from the complications that we are all struggling with,
Yeah,
of
yeah.
things that are out not in our hands?
Yeah. But we always come back to the very first thing that we talked about, is about speaking up.
Yeah,
And that's the most important thing. If you speak up about Palestine, it's agenda setting. People
yeah,
will know about it. People will care about it if you speak
and they will
constantly
act
about
as well.
and they will act.
Yeah,
And that's the first step you have to take. You have to speak about it, and then comes action, such as boycotting, like Coca-Cola. You don't drink it anymore because
yeah,
you're taking action. So it's those small things that are important to firstly speak up about it. Don't stay silent. I think that's the most important thing. If you stay silent, you always stand on the side of the oppressor. So you always have to speak up, and then you can take action. And even I don't care if people don't take. I understand if people say, yeah, I can go without Coca-Cola, for example.
yeah.
But if you speak up about it, people will hear about it, and that's the most important thing.
And it will go consciously that
Yeah.
people are aware that this is
It's not okay.
this
Yeah.
is not okay, totally.
Yeah. So
And
that's I think the most important thing to do.
and this would create change, really like it also really refers to the first point that that you wanted to create change for yourself and for the next generation who are also suffering from something, racism, discrimination based on different stuff. I think it's also the same.
Yeah.
It's very similar to Palestine, really speaking up for people
Yeah.
who their voice is being silenced, and for the same thing, just like because they are being less than others, or like for the color, or like for different really reasons. So yeah, also I really want to take a moment in my podcast as a
Yeah.
Palestinian to appreciate really that seeing like a Belgian citizen really like speaking about Palestine out loud, and also like being part of a political scheme, because like it has been like it's put also like extra pressure on people who are in politicians, especially at the beginning, like to speak up or don't.
Yeah, but that's the thing. politics is difficult
Yeah.
and easy at the same time, but and that's the difficult part.
Yeah.
Not only me, but my whole party stands up for Palestine, but it's so frustrating to not see the change you want to see.
Yeah.
Because you're in a, as I said, in a
In a complex.
in the complex system that
Yeah.
asks for majorities, and it's so frustrating. But every step we can take, every change we can make, we will make. But it's so frustrating to not get what you really want as a political
Yeah.
party, and that's frustrating because the people outside this parliament and who don't know anything about politics get more frustrated than us, get more mad at us because
Yeah.
they don't see change, they don't see um, a difference, and it's so hard to explain to them because they don't understand. They only know black and white.
Yes, they're just watching the news or like
you're
watching
watching
the
news.
videos or like
What's happening over there is horrible.
yeah.
Do something. And if they don't see something changing or not the way they want,
Then the curse goes into politicians.
and
leaders.
yeah. So that's a really difficult part or something that
Yeah.
sticks with us as politicians who are really voicing up for Palestine, but at the same time have people on the outside not calling us names or something, but are mad at us for not doing what they
Enough
want.
or like taking
enough.
enough action.
So that's a position that's really difficult
Yeah.
to obtain, because on one side you want to do everything you can, and on the other side you live in
You're still kind
a
of
reality where you can, because that's politics.
yeah.
So that's difficult, but we're still doing our best to
Yeah.
advocate more and to speak up more and make a bigger difference than we do now.
But actually, I noticed in Belgium, since I'm in Belgium and the Netherlands since the starting of the genocide, I noticed shifts in the Dutch and the Belgian politics towards Palestine. You know, like Belgium, they have some really serious steps to boycott the settlements, products. Also, like I don't know, like in the entry of the IOF, like to Belgium, and this is so for me, this is a Palestinian. Also there has been evacuations for some people from Gaza. I know all of this is really not enough in front of what the Palestinians are going through, but for me, and I'm sure also for Palestinians in Palestine, it matters and it shows really like some shifts in Belgium politics. But from your point of view, and so on from here, how do you see these shifts?
I understand what you say, because there's indeed a shift that's coming because more people speak up about it. There's more pressure from the people outside that don't have any political mandate or something. They pressure the politics to do something. So there's a shift going on, and I'm glad there's a shift going on. But at the same time, it's sad to know that unless there is pressure from the outside, politics do something. So, but that's with everything, not only the Palestinian case. So that's the sad part of politics. Unless it's in the news, unless it's the public opinion, politics does something. And at the same time, you as a politician should know what's going on, should know what's happening, and make a difference, or try to make a difference. But again, there is a shift, but you can change. Everyone has his opinion, and you can change you can try to change someone's opinion, but
you cannot guarantee. You cannot guarantee that this change will happen.
So if they stick with their opinion about the Palestinian case, so be it. And you have to try to
keep advocating at your capabilities, like of what you can do as a person.
And you'll have to try find something in the middle where both of the of the parties or people are okay with. So that's a bit difficult, but also at the same time,
that's the word of politics.
That's the word of politics. You can't change someone his opinion if they don't want to change their opinion.
Yeah.
You can't, how do you say it? You can't force someone your opinion to them or your truth to them. That's not how the world works. That's not how reality works. You can't force another one to look at something differently or to look at it at the same way you do. You can't force them, so you have to find a way where you both agree on something. And it's definitely not what you want, but it's better than doing nothing.
Exactly.
And that's the most important thing, I think.
And that's really what matters.
And that's what matters. Really. Doing something is better than doing nothing.
Exactly. Definitely. I totally agree, really, on this. Yeah. No, because again, I understand the logical part behind
but that's difficult to explain to people
the public.
To the public and the people on the outside. They, as I said, they just see black and white, which is fine, but it's difficult to explain.
Yes, of course.
And that's also and something we take with us.
Yes,
but that's fine.
I feel like people at the outside, they should keep going. Like the way that they try to advocate protest and demonstrations, it echoes very. It means that it keeps the water moving. It doesn't really stop things, but internally it's also really different. But it's still, I think, appreciated in the political spaces when it's like Palestine is on the agenda, really, like for good cause. And okay, then maybe back to Hiba. And to your like career and personal path. What is your biggest political dream in Belgium?
That's
if you have one, it's okay. If you don't.
I find it dangerous to have a political dream because every day
is changing.
It's changing. Every day is not the same. Where I want to be in a few years of time doesn't matter. If I made a change for those people where I talked about in Vooruit, if they feel a change, that's the most important thing for me.
That matters.
The thing that matters, like we said, what I leave behind is more important than where I will be in 5 years of time. I don't care about where I will be in 5 years time. Just
you care about the impact that you are leaving
I care about
from now.
Yes, exactly.
I totally understand. Which is really very important. And it's really very amazing, like for, like for women and for girls also coming from a migrant background to ensure that this is really what we care about when we are like in places of where we are leaders or like we are activists or we are members or like all of this. Okay, that sounds nice. So I think that's really
it's
the podcast in my part.
Fine by me.
So really thank you so much.
Thank
I really
you for having me.
again admire really your thoughts and what you've shared.
Thank you so
It's
much.
very inspiring and it really means, and how we say, like I believe everyone is really proud when we see like a young girl advocating for good causes like this. And as part of Talks and Cakes, there is cakes.
Yes, I saw.
So I asked you what is your favorite cake, and you told me marble cake.
Yes, I love marble
as well, lemon cake.
Yeah, but I'll stick with marble
With
cake.
marble.
Yeah.
Okay, so I hope that you will enjoy the
Thank
marble
you.
cake.
Yeah, I will.
And do you have any thoughts why marble cake is your favorite?
I can give it a meaning if you want, but I find it's marble cake is a combination of vanilla cake and chocolate cake.
Yeah.
So I think that's the pretty thing about it, that they are together, even though they are not the same flavor, even though they don't look the same. I think that's
the combination that makes okay.
So I give it a meaning.
Okay, that's nice. I hope that you enjoy the cake.
Yeah, I will.
And really, thanks for your time.
Thanks for having me.
And here we reach to the end of our podcast for today.